Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is part 6 of my One Piece overview, where I go over One Piece and talk about it and just show you guys this series from a different perspective, because I think a lot of people they forget that One Piece has a manga. So today I'm going to be going over the second half of Skypiea, and today's question of the day is, who is your favorite of the 7 warlords of the sea? So I think I'm going with the first original 7 that we were introduced to. Crocodile, Doflamingo, Kuma, Hancock, Jinbei. I guess, could you count him? There's 2 more. Gecko Moria and Mihawk. So that's the 7 warlords. For me, I really like Crocodile, man. Crocodile is so cool, and he has my favorite Logia type Devil Fruit. So yeah, my favorite warlord goes to Crocodile. But let me know what you guys think. Who's your favorite warlord of the sea? So as always, let's go ahead and take a look at the volume covers. And we're going over volume 28, 29, 30, and 31. I think it's going to be a pretty short video. There's not much to talk about. Everything about Skypiea I talked about in the last video. So here's volume 28. And it has Wiper and his other guys. Which they all died, by the way, and so did Wiper himself, and they didn't die. So that's what I touched on that a lot on my last video. I don't really like that about Skypiea. There's volume 29, volume 30, and volume 31. So I think last time we left off on, I forgot, I'm not exactly sure. I think everybody was fighting their own battles and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at volume 28. So here, I think, not exactly sure. Skypiea was kind of a blur for me, honestly. It was just a lot of fun. That's what I remember, that it was really fun. There's these weird goat guys that never really made sense to me. But yeah, it says that the Straw Hats were split into 2 groups, so everybody's fighting their own battles, I guess. There's not much to talk about just yet. Zoro is fighting... Who is he fighting here? I like this scene. Where this guy calls Zoro's bluff. This is what I miss a lot about Zoro. He used to be so goofy, pre-time skip. Now, post-time skip, he barely even smiles. So, yeah, it's kind of sad. Oh, and now shows himself out of nowhere. Where's that scene where Sanji lets himself get hit by Enel's lightning blast? That scene was so cool. But yeah, Enel's taking him out one by one. With no trouble, by the way. If Luffy wasn't there, Enel definitely would have taken over the Blue Sea. His Devil Fruit is just so overpowered. He just had the worst luck ever to run into somebody that had his natural weakness. But yeah. Chopper's fight against this guy was kind of funny. What was this guy's devil fruit again? Or I don't think he had a... I don't think any of Anal's guys had devil fruits except for him. There's this cool page spread. And I'm really sad that Chopper only uses his Kung Fu point now. He barely uses any of the other ones. He has like 7 or 8 of them. He only uses Kung Fu and Monster Point. He has a whole bunch of different powers. I don't know why he doesn't use any others. But yeah, Nell is super overpowered. He's worthy of being called a god. So let's go ahead and take a look at volume 29. This one's a bit thicker than the other ones. So let's see. And Nami has that weakness for little kids. So she wants to help her. I mean, yeah. Skypiea, it kind of drags on. That's why I'd say it's one of the weaker arcs in One Piece. It's still really good, but not as good as the other arcs. It's another cool page spread. I touched on this on the last video, but Oda's art, it gets better like progressively throughout the series. He's a really good artist. Oh, and there's Shandora. It's really cool. So, I forgot to mention this, but the main goal of the Straw Hats is to look for that bell. But Enel stole all the gold, including the gold bell for his ship. So there is no gold to be found. That's another cool page spread. I love it when manga have so many page spreads. That's why I feel like Naruto and Boruto are so far apart in you know, right? They're so far apart in what they are because the main thing is that the manga doesn't have any page spreads. The Boruto manga, no page spreads at all, I believe. Maybe one in the entire series. But Naruto, there's at least 3 or 4 page spreads in every volume. And Masashi Kishimoto is such a good artist, man. He has my favorite art style, like, of any mangaka. And if you guys want, I'll probably do a series like this on Naruto. Because Naruto is one of my favorite series, aside from One Piece. But yeah, and now it's taking them out one by one. And Wiper gets a... Well, not exactly a good hit on Enel. Because he just revives himself with his devil fruit. So yeah, that was 29. And let's go on to volume 30. And then I think it's probably in this volume where Luffy finally gets to Enel and starts fighting him. And there's Enel's ship. And then he wants to go to the Endless Fairy Verth or something like that. And it's revealed later on in the story that Endless Verth was the moon. And now was trying to go to the moon and he actually made it. That's why I feel he's definitely going to come back for sure. Because Oda doesn't just leave these kinds of characters in the dust. Another page spread. I think that's 2 already. Yeah, I love it when mangaka have so many. There's that famous scene. That's hilarious, man. So, I knew about this scene because of that meme, the damn Daniel meme, which, that's like the only. That's the only way I knew about this scene, but I didn't know the context. So, I was like, how is Luffy gonna beat this guy who's made of literal lightning? He can travel at the speed of lightning and everything. He has one of the most overpowered devil fruits in the entire series. And it went completely over my head that Luffy was made of rubber. And then I thought, why isn't Enel hurting him? Right? Because they're not physical attacks. Physical attacks can't hurt Luffy unless they're coated with Haki. And Luffy gets hit with this blast, and he just tanks it. And I'm like, what? How is he doing that? And then it hit me that Luffy is made of rubber. And it's such good writing, man. It's hilarious. And then we get this hilarious scene. That's so funny, man. I love this series. Yeah, that's definitely the highlight of Skypiea. That Luffy is Enel's natural enemy. That's so funny. Because if it were anybody else, Enel would have stomped everybody. Like, no difficulty. But yeah, that was... And then there's that other part of the meme. I love Luffy being so goofy in the pre-time skip. I also love him being super serious and cool and everything. But yeah, pre-time skip Luffy is so funny. And some people forget that Luffy isn't a total idiot. Like, he's definitely stupid, right? But he's a genius when it comes to fighting. He's a genius, man. That's why he's the strongest, well, not the strongest, but one of the strongest characters now. He's just naturally gifted at fighting. I think people forget that. And now he handicaps him with that huge ball of gold. But yeah. And Now's face. Oh, there's that scene. That's really cool. I like this scene. Where he tanks, well, not exactly, because he knocks out right after, but he kind of tanks that lightning blast. But yeah. And then it now decides to destroy Skypiea. That was volume 30. And then I think this volume should wrap up Skypiea. Or it might leak into Water 7. I'm not exactly sure. But to be honest, man, I'm kind of we'll talk about this at the end of the video. But yeah. Oh, and then you get the backstory between Noland and... Ooh, what's Kalgara, right? Which I think is really interesting. And then there's that first mention of the Sun God. So yeah, very important to the story now. And then there's the mention of other gods. So... I don't know if I can find it here, but it's not just the sun god that these people are sacrificing themselves to. I think there's like an earth god and a wind god and stuff. So there's a sun god devil fruit, and there's probably devil fruits of these other deities, which is super interesting. Maybe we might see something like that down the line in the story. But yeah, this is just the backstory between... Another page spread. Really good art, man. Yeah, this is just the backstory between Noland and Kagara, which I think it ties into the theory that wills are inherited in One Piece, because Cricket, who was Nolan's descendant, inherited that will to find this bell to prove that his ancestor wasn't a liar. That everything he said was true about there being a Sky Island and everything. Or not the Sky Island, because there was a knock upstream that shut up that piece of that piece of Jaya that turned into the Sky Island. But he was trying to prove that there was a city of gold. So yeah. Anala is definitely a highlight of Skypiea. I think he's the best part, because he's so imposing and villainous and overpowered. And there's that golden bell. And I love the scene where Luffy finally rings it. Oh, what the heck? I guess it does leak into the next volume. So I'll be right back. I should have made sure before I grabbed all the volumes, but I guess it leaks into 32, volume 32, but it was labeled as Water 7, so I didn't think to grab this one. But yeah, this is volume 32, and that's the volume cover. And this one should wrap up Skypiea. I'm just gonna go over it really quick. I think I don't think Luffy rung the bell yet. But yeah, there's this huge lightning cloud or whatever that is. And I love that. The only reason that Luffy is so strong is because he's so creative with his devil fruit. Like, look at this. He decides to incorporate that huge ball of gold into his moves. And it makes him stronger. And this golden rifle move is so cool, man. And then Luffy finally rings that bell. Golden rifle. Defeats Enel and rings the bell. It's such a good scene. And he finally proves to Cricket and everybody down there that there is a Sky Island. And that the City of Gold is real. I love that scene. And this also looks very familiar, doesn't it? So yeah. Skypiea, very important, lots of fun. People shouldn't skip it. If you do skip it, you're not a true One Piece fan. So that was Skypiea. Oh, and then Robin finds a poneglyph up here, and there's a message from the Pirate King himself. But yeah, man, I love Skypiea. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next video exactly. Oh, and then Luffy decides he wants a shipwright in his crew, or a carpenter. They call it a shipwright in the anime. But yeah, I guess I should put these together in the 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. So that was Skypiea. In the next video, I'm probably gonna speed past Long Ring Longland. I did watch it, and it was very boring. The last fight was fun between Luffy and Foxy, but yeah, I'm just gonna speed through that because I do not like Long Ring Longland, like a lot of people. And I'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, that was Skypiea. Let me know what you guys think about Skypiea. And the question of the day: who is your favorite warlord of the sea? Mine is Crocodile. Such a cool character. Super cool Devil Fruit. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.